All right, another stock that we're closely watching, and that is Apple. On the heels of Apple's headset Vision Pro, marking the first new major product since 2014, bringing the tech giant into the mixed reality space. But what does Apple's presence mean for some of the other players within the market? Here to break it all down, Yahoo Finance's Dan Howley. And Dan, the name that everyone keeps bringing up is Meta and their efforts already within this space. So how did the two stack up, do you think?
It's night and day. I mean, it's wild how much better this is. Akiko and I were talking about this earlier.
You actually got to try it.
Yeah, I got to try it on.
I
mean, it was wild. I mean, the visual fidelity, the capabilities, the control. I took that picture. The controls. It's second to none. It's Meta's got to be seething at this point. Mark Zuckerberg spending tens of billions of dollars on the Meta Reality Labs segment, and for Apple to come in and just kind of swoop in, get the limelight, and prove that they have better technology right out of the gate. I mean, you got to imagine that Meta is just losing their minds right now. And I mean, to try it on is, I could sit here and just discuss it, but once people are able to finally try it on, I mean, it truly looks like this. We were talking about before how a lot of times when you see headsets like this, it's cool, it's CGI graphics, and then you put it on and, oh, this looks pretty bad. This you put on and you're like, oh my God, it does look like that. I'm an admitted skeptic. Headsets just don't really do it for me. And I tried it on and I left slack-jawed.
And so, I guess, the question is it fair to compare what Apple has released to what is about to come from Meta, which is the Quest 3? I mean, the price point alone seems to point that Meta's product will be a lot more accessible. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the top-of-the-line technology, although you haven't tried that out yet. Mm-hmm. Is this kind of a situation where we start to see the divide like smartphones, where it's the iPhones, the premium brand, and then you've got Androids? I think
that's exactly it. And, what Meta is going to do is say you can get an AR, VR experience because the Meta Quest 3 is going to have AR elements. There's a see-through, full-color see-through experience. They're going to say, look, you don't have to spend a fortune to try this new technology. You can see the cameras there on the front. You can get the same kind of experience, or not the same, but a similar experience with us at a cheaper price. And you don't need to get specific lenses. If you use the Apple one, you're going to have to get prescription Zeiss lenses if you can't have trouble seeing things at close to you. And it's going to be something where they are going to lean heavily on the fact that we have this ecosystem of apps already. We have the hardware already. We have, we've proven to a degree that people are willing to go out and buy this. The issue that both of them have is there's no killer app. There's nothing that makes people say, I'm going to buy this, and then it's not going to be a paperweight that costs me hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars down the line, right? I mean, I think there was a quote that a few months ago that The Verge had gotten from an internal meeting at Meta, where they had said, people aren't using this long enough. They get it, and then they just kind of ditch it. And I think that's the issue. I don't buy a Nintendo Switch and leave it to sit there. I use it.
But isn't the key with Apple the usage across the products? So you talked about that, having the headset on and then being able to pick up on what's on the MacBook Pro.
Right.
I've got the iPhone, I've got the watch.
And I think that's one of the things where, Meta's been trying to, and, Microsoft tried it with the HoloLens. Meta's been trying to push the enterprise experience, where you can hang out with your coworkers as avatars and everything. Nobody wants to do that, right? Like I don't turn my camera on for a reason. I don't want a virtual version of me to be there either. What Apple is doing is exactly, as you said, tying it into the broader Apple ecosystem. So there was one demo, and unfortunately they didn't have this there when I was trying it out, but you would look down at your MacBook and then the screen would explode, not like explode, but like blow up into a giant, like 100-foot MacBook display, right? So everything on my MacBook is now on this, massive screen that I can then use a Bluetooth keyboard, and I can do all my writing, and it's being powered by the MacBook. So it's not relying on the power from the headset. I could do video editing. I could, do tons of research, grab this thing, move it over here, and I have this over here. I'm watching this movie. I'm bringing this into, this dock. So that really is a powerful, perhaps worthwhile experience. Now that they have this, or getting it into developers' hands, give me something more. For $3,500 bucks,
Yeah.
give me something more.
Would you pay $3,500 bucks for how it is now?
I was saying to Kiko before, I'm balking at the price of the Air. Yeah. And that's like, what, $1,100-1,200 bucks? So what do you think I'm doing with 35?
So
I'm
it
like,
needs to come down a little bit.
Just drop the price a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it looks cool.
It does.
Great job
It's
out there. You're a
amazing.
one-man band out there. Did incredible stuff covering all of that for us. Dan Howley, thanks.
Thank you.